Greetings, minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming. We are here, we are back, and there we go. All the cameras work now. Gotta figure that out one of these days. We're back for episode 56 of The Rise, and this could be, everyone watch G's face, could be the penultimate episode. This could be the second to last episode. It could even be the last episode, depending on what happens here.
We have to get to 60.
60 what?
Episodes.
Why? Why do we have
it's
to?
a nice round number.
What an arbitrary stake in the ground.
You can't end it
I
on
want to end on episode 59.
That would be exactly 5 years.
No, we complete the campaign on 59. 60 is just the everybody's chats episode.
Yeah, 59. Episode 60 is the post-mortem. You always got plus one episode. Either whatever happens, I'm gonna make sure we end on an episode that Gia's dissatisfied with. So even if we end on episode 60, I'm gonna make sure that 61 is the post-mortem. Or it'll be like 58 and 59 is the post-mortem, so it'll never be just a complete number. Just that'll be the final nail in the coffin. What's that?
Yeah.
We can waste some episodes.
I do want to prepare everyone. This could be the last episode. The next episode could be the last episode. We are down to the wire here, boys and grills, and we have a corruption bar. So I'm sure that'll be great for you guys. How do I do this? How do I stream? Oh yeah, if you guys like what we do here and you want to support the channel just like these fine folks, the best way to do that is over on our Patreon link in the description down below. While you're down there clicking on that link, make sure you click on that Discord link. Join us in the Discord, be a part of the community, be a part of the conversation. And as always, you will see on the bottom right-hand corner of the corruption bar, that bar serves two purposes. One is when that bar fills, I don't know, I end the campaign. And two, every single dollar that goes into that, you're on camera, I can see you. Dollar that goes into that goes towards my fund for a new goddamn computer because this one is slowly dying and everything is becoming harder and streaming is becoming awful on this fucking thing. Need to upgrade, and with the price of US taxes, it now went from like $1,700 for a new computer to like 22. I'm like, God damn it, tariffs. Yes, funding a new PC to stream more, better, best. With that, previously on The Rise, the godlings, each cast into isolated tunnels, face visions that preyed on their fears and insecurities. Most broke free, but Antares briefly turned on her companions before regaining clarity. What are you doing? What is happening right now?
What,
I'm looking. Yeah.
I'm just spinning my.
I just look up and I just see.
Yeah, you're gonna end the campaign, Mike? I'll just keep doing this.
Now I'm gonna end it faster. This is the last episode.
I'm gonna make your life miserable.
God. Reunited, they press deeper into the fourth deep, discovering the Golden Lake and a prophetic stone tablet that spoke of the annihilation seed and fleeting protection. Their respite shattered as the ceiling of the chamber peeled away and unleashed a cascade of ravers dropping toward them.
Quick, turn off your divinity.
You all are in a large cavern at the edge of a beautiful golden lake with a beautiful golden shirtless Mina.
Okay, you can end it now.
And ravens descend and kill you all.
The golden shirtless Mina saves everybody.
And the ravers descend and you all die. A large stone, Jesus Christ, a large stone tablet floats in the center of this. You guys begin to hear noises coming from the tunnels all around this place, and you watch as the ceiling begins to move and undulate as it peels itself off like dead skin and begins to float down, and you watch as an innumerable amount of ravers begin to slough themselves off the walls, the ceiling of this cavern. For those of you who've never seen a raver before, it is living skin, and it looks exactly like what you think it does. and you watch as they begin to peel themselves off. What are you doing collectively?
And Terry's looks up because her and Seydlitz have seen a couple of these before, and she backs up and she's like, oh, "Fuck, we gotta go. We gotta go. We can't stay here." How many, Mike? Did you say?
So many.
So many. Okay, capital SO.
Yep.
Okay.
I said innumerable.
Okay. Oh, fuck. Okay. Ravers. Those are ravers. We have to go.
Oh God, it's too early to see these things again.
And she will grab Mina and Korax.
I would like everyone to go ahead and roll me initiative.
What?
What?
No thanks, Mike.
That's crazy. How dare you? I told you I'm ending this campaign.
Is there a difficulty to initiative?
Difficulty is 7.
I didn't set a difficulty, but I got 19.
You did get a 19.
I'm gonna use Danger Sense and spend a speed point to reduce that by 1 step.
Okay.
Oh, go on, Mina.
And he's impaired.
18, 19, 20. Well, here comes the 1.
You'll be fine.
No.
All right, let's see here.
I think, uh-oh.
Chris, you got a 6, you beat a 6. G, you also beat a 6. Oh wait, you reduced yours.
Me?
You reduced. I get what's happening here. Yeah, you get. So I'm trying to track by like what the difficulty level was. So you succeeded. So G, you get to go first. 6.
I'm gonna take a recovery roll.
Mina, wow. Mina also gets to go first.
Oh,
And-
Mina, you're impaired because of the golden liquid you were drinking. You failed to save.
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
From when you were in your dream state.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Mina and Terry's, you get to act before the Ravers, or before some of them at least. Cool. Perfect. Yeah, so Mina and Antares, what are you two doing?
I'm doing a recovery roll.
That's your action, right?
Yeah.
Great. Roll for recovery.
Hell yeah.
Great. Mina, what are you doing?
I think Mina will grab his gear and do as Terry said. He'll head to a random passage to get out of there.
Okay. You guys, it's hard to tell which passage you came from, and you can hear like, God, the end of this campaign. You can hear the sound of movement in the wet tubes, like coming. You're not sure which. So roll me a difficulty. We'll call it difficulty 6. Intelligence perception based skill here to see if you can find one that you think is clear of anything wet and slidey. No moist occupants.
Puzzle solving or anything like, or learning help here?
I'll take puzzle solving. This is kind of a puzzle.
Nope.
Wait, you look around and you try to listen, and it's like the sound of like the flesh peeling off the ceiling. There's the sound of like your friends grabbing your shit, like your shit clanking around. The noise of all the wet tubes, the moist tubes, and you look around and you're not entirely sure which one to go into because there's just so much like sound. So there's a moment of like analysis paralysis, combat anxiety, where like everything is closing in on all sides, Mina. Is there anything? So I'll say that was kind of a bit of a free action to look around. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn before we progress?
He'll probably just, if he doesn't know where to go, he'll just steel himself and go into a defensive stance.
Okay. Perfect. So Mina and Terry's, Seydlitz, Korax, you see something fucking gross, dude. You see, there's really no way around that. That is, fighting sentient skin is gross. You see a large, like, large, when I say large, I mean like a blanket you would be comfortable in on a bed. Like a large blanket-sized piece of flesh, just sort of like moving through the air, like very almost manta ray-esque, as it is like moving as if like flowing through a breeze you don't feel. This thing moves towards you, and you see like, it's gross. You see like pieces of like hair sticking out of it, mottled like, you know, a freckle. You see like and then when it flaps, you see the underside is like meaty. You can see like where the ribbons of muscle and tissue were underneath it. As this thing begins to move towards your group.
Was it still moist?
What's that?
Is it still moist?
Like from the blood or just in general?
Yeah.
No, it is not. Either way, it is not. Let me see here. Great. Nasty. You see this thing moves towards you and flows down, and you see it like accelerates, if that's a thing, beyond the rest of them. And you can kind of get a vibe that this thing might be larger than the rest of them. And you see it move down towards you. And I think it's going to, do any of you have your divinity enabled? Turned on, your Nimbus is turned on.
Well, if we're counting Mina's new Nimbus, that looks like a shirtless Mina, then...
That's actually Antares' new Nimbus. It just looks like a shirtless for some reason.
How did that happen?
You look around and everyone else also has their Nimbus on. They're all shirtless Mina. What's going on here?
She would not have her, because she knows what ravers are attracted to divinity. So she would definitely be not having it active.
Seydlitz would have turned his off if it was on upon spotting ravers.
Let's see here. Let's take a look at some character sheets, just for funsies, guys. Don't worry about it. Korax.
Nothing wrong.
Oh, Korax.
I didn't do any damage to him. Just a reminder.
That's fine. Korax, you watch as this flap of skin makes a beeline towards you. Korax, I need you to roll me a speed defense. Difficulty 10.
Fuck.
Not surprised, Mike, but I failed that.
Respectable attempt at that roll. You know, you know, you could have just said no. There is, you don't have a chance in hell to make that roll. Even on a nat 20, you still fail that roll.
Oh, but a 1 would be great.
A 1 would have been great. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You all watch as this blanket-sized flesh shaving moves through the air, and really, it's large, so like it cascades towards you like a malevolent kite, and you watch, not sure what's happening, and it's almost as if like if you've ever held up like a sheet and like tried to like reach through it or like punch through it or feel like shadow box, it like a piece of it just like folds in on itself and like juts out and smashes into Korax. Korax, what were you doing?
Korax was probably emptying his water container to make it. He was going to make his way to the Golden Lake, but this all kicked off as he was emptying his water.
Got it. So you're like holding your water thing as it starts to happen, and like before you really even have time to like put shit away, this flap of skin hits you, knocking the wind out of you. Korax, I'm gonna need you to take 13 points of might damage.
He doesn't have that much might, Mike.
Well, you'll take whatever you have in might damage and then carry the rest over into speed.
Do you have armor?
Oh, he does have armor.
Minus the armor.
So he's got 2 armor from that, plus 1 armor from that. So 10 in total.
Not twirling those tassels now, huh, G?
I will. Jesus. Too busy clicking at all my things here.
Yeah, so this piece of skin knocks you on your ass, I think, Korax. And that's it. That's its turn. That's what it does. I believe that is the only thing that gets to act before the rest of you. So Korax, you're up next.
If Korax is able to move, like, I'm hoping that when he was knocked towards the water. Was he knocked away from the water?
After 13 damage, you can be knocked wherever you'd like.
Awesome. He would like to be knocked towards the golden water, and he's going to fill up his water canister. Remind me, Mike, the inscription said about the golden water. What was the wording on that? Is it about drinking for protection or something along
The
those lines?
specific wording on the actual tablet said as follows. In the womb of the world it waits. No, wait, that's the seed isn't the seed that is not a seed, rootless, yes, yet roots all things. It drinks the marrow of suns, it weaves silence into sound, it unmakes and is unmade. 7 shadows shield the bearer, but only for a day. Drink of the ward or be devoured. Flee if you may, for the seed does not sleep, it only waits.
Okay, from that then, he fills his water canister, and he's going to grab a handful of that water and drink it as quickly as he can.
Okay. As with what happened to Mina, it is man, I was gonna make a reference, but I think it might be exclusive to me. It is like drinking like a cross between motor oil and pudding. That is very thick and viscous, and like you feel every inch of it as you're like trying to gulp this thing down. It does not flow smoothly like water. It's very much like a glugging as you are chugging this. And go ahead and make me, I believe it was a might roll, if I'm not mistaken.
No, we don't want to do those. We have no might.
You can still make them. I believe it was a might roll. Oh no, I'm sorry, it was an intellect roll.
Is this a defense roll?
It is intellect defense roll.
So
And I'm just
Korax
trying
is-
to find the difficulty. The difficulty is... Why? Okay. The difficulty is 4.
4. So Korax is trained in intellect defense tasks as well. And we'll chuck an effort on that. Success.
Hell yeah.
Just.
Yeah. Sick. You chug this down. You may immediately make a recovery roll.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you.
Hey, at
I'll
least
take
you
the
have
minimum.
might points now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So you chug this down. You feel slightly rejuvenated as you do so. The wet hole noises get louder, and several more of the smaller ravers move themselves closer. They all, you know what? They begin to move closer, and you see that they are like hovering at the edge of the large one. They do not appear to be attacking. There is some, it seems as though there is some semblance of order here, perhaps. But you watch as they all sort of hover, and in the back of your mind, you can feel the intrusion of these psionic creatures. As you all, like, every time you blink, you see a vision of you being like mauled by one of these creatures. But they are held at bay for the moment. Seydlitz, you are up. What are you doing?
I think Seydlitz is going to back up, get as much distance away from these things as he can, and he is going to try to assist Mina in a sense and look for an exit.
Okay.
think-
Go.
How big is this room?
Huge.
Yeah.
Do you have a specific number in mind for your question?
No, I was just thinking about a skill of mine, but
Gotcha.
the huge is too big.
Gotcha.
Was it Raiden sniffing at something and whining and looking at something?
He went back into the shadows.
Yeah, he left.
Right.
He fucked off. He was like, "Oh no, there's ravers," and he left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seydlitz would have wanted him to do that anyway.
Go ahead. What did I say for you, Mina? Difficulty 6. Difficulty 6. Yep. Roll me a difficulty 6 intelligence, searching, looking.
I'm just trying to figure out just like what skills I can, because it's like I don't know if navigation even matters.
I'll take navigation. I'll take that.
Give me +1. So 5. Now that do I still remember? Did I shift those divine shifts back, or are they still? Do I still have 3 of them in intellect? Question.
When did you shift them?
The last long rest we had before the episode where I had Raiden find us the way down.
Then you have not shifted them back because you need a long rest to do that.
All right, so yeah, I still have 3 there. Where did I put the last one? I need to figure out. I think I forgot to write it down in my notes. So 6. All right. Damn it.
Do you have any XP that you'd like to spend?
I have 1, and I will spend it.
It's a fine call. It's a respectable use of the
I
XP.
think XP is not important.
Go ahead and re-roll.
Okay.
Yikes on bikes.
There we go.
Okay. You look around and you like, I think there's a moment where like you kind of like crouch and touch your own shadow, right? And like kind of call on Raiden like a little bit, and you look and your focus kind of narrows into that like that almost like Assassin's Creed Eagle Vision-esque, right? As you kind of look around and you see that on the far side of the lake, there is a hole that looks strange. It looks, all of the rest of them seem to be relatively uniform. This one seems slightly bigger, and all the rest of them seem like smooth, and this one seems kind of like like forced. There's almost like striation on the side of this, as if something bigger punched through this wall. And you think that is the fact that is somehow different than all the rest, that is meaningful in some way. So you think that is at least a better option than being consumed by sentient skin. So you see that, and we jump back to actually that was I gave that to Mina for free. So you see that for free. What do you do, Seydlitz?
Seydlitz is gonna use that his action to run towards the hole.
Okay. Do you tell your friends?
Yes. Guys, over there. Come on. We're not staying here.
Chris, in some more, they've erected a large statue of a shirtless Mina in a large square. I love that. Next time someone plays this campaign, that's what it'll be. It'll be just a shirtless Adonis.
The 20 years from now campaign.
Yeah, in the future. Sick, outstanding. So you tell everyone, and you take off towards that area, absconding into the field, dodging ravers left and right. That goes back to the top. This, I believe, is Antares and Mina act roughly simultaneously. What do the two of you want to do? Someone, I see your mouth moving, G, and no sound is coming out of your face.
Sorry.
He be muted.
I don't really like this idea, but she didn't like what happened to Korax just now. That didn't look like fun at all. I really don't like this idea, but her nimbus bursts out in golden light, and she's going to she's bolstering her nimbus.
Okay.
For protection.
Okay.
For herself. Okay. And then she's gonna yell, "Over here, you gross fucks!" And she's
reasonable.
Yeah. And she's basically trying to gain their. She also has like Raver disfavor, which is enabler. So it increases the difficulty of the target's tasks by 1 step. I have something
Sick.
I took in tier 1, so
Great. Who knew? Who knew that it would come out here? Outstanding. Are you going anywhere? Or are you standing your ground and like trying to face off against ravers?
I want to give. I'm not doing it and then running in the same direction that everyone's running in this moment.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna stand strong. Sick.
Yeah,
Mina, what are you doing?
I think Mina will charge the Raver that took on Korax to try to distract it, at least to get Korax away.
Okay. All right. Are you going to attack it?
Yep.
Great. Difficulty 7 attack. They're only difficulty 7, guys.
Except for whatever he did to Korax.
I mean, I had a difficulty 10.
Yeah.
So the fun thing about the creatures in Cypher system is they have a difficulty, right? So their difficulty level is 7. And so all rolls against them are 7. And then they have a section for every creature that says modifications. And this one says melee attacks as level 10. So you have to defend against a level 10 melee attack.
It's just a big bully.
A big, floppy skin bully. It's a chunk. 18 damage. Describe this attack as you stab into this meat.
So I guess Mina sees Korax kind of exposing himself by drinking and not defending himself. So Mina charges at the larger Raver and basically just thrusts his spear up into it as much as he can, looking for a big fleshy bit that might do extra damage.
Hell yeah. You stab and pierce through the the skin of this skin. You stab through and like it's like stabbing through a very thick blanket as you into it and then rip your spear back out, dealing a bunch of damage to this thing. You see it like recoil and like ripple as it does so. And that is its turn. Sorry, that is your turn. And Terry's, you did all the things to attract this thing. It's gonna smack the shit out of you. So make me a might defense as difficulty 7. Sorry, difficulty 10.
It's a good thing I also have Raver defense, which is a might defense, where I have all my thingies. So
Hell yeah.
my difficulty is now 7. And I'm gonna add effort to that roll. I'll just add 1 effort for now. So does my Raver Disfavor add anything?
Let me take a look at this skill here.
Increases the difficulty of target's task by 1 step.
Increases the difficulty. Yeah, I think that would decrease the difficulty by 1.
Okay, so I can do it at 6. Effort to roll 1. I don't think I have anything worth assets here. Submit. 18. Success. What? 10 minus 3 is 7, minus 1 is 6. And I spent
10 minus 3 for the divinity, right?
Yeah.
And then
minus 1 for the disfavor. So that's 4.
Oh, and then you're trained. Okay.
Yeah.
You're trained for the Raver defense. Got it. Cool. Perfect. You dodge out of the way as a mound of fleshy meat smashes into where you just were, leaving a large, like a large, but like a human-sized crater where it plows into the ground. As you deftly maneuver out of the way. That is its turn. Korax, your friends are getting their ass kicked for you. What would you like to do?
They are doing exactly what they should be doing, is saving Korax, because he is the greatest. But he is going to get up, because he now has his flask of water, or golden syrup water, and he's going to get up and get behind Mina and Antares towards where Seydlitz has gone. But he's not going to run. He's going to stay just behind them. And he's going to use his ability, protection and silence. So he'll create a bubble of protection around him and with an immediate radius for 1 minute. Difficulty of all defense rolls for you and creatures you designate will be decreased by 1.
Okay. Do you have to stay there to do that?
It moves with him.
So
he's going to basically move back with them. So his goal is to literally stay right behind Antares and Mina and move back towards the hole. Got it.
Cool. Love it. All right, that is your turn. You all watch, Seydlitz included, as you sprint towards your tunnel, as several dozen, almost equally as gross, like moist, slug-like things flop out of these holes. You see that they are like long, like slug-like bodies, except they have very human heads, like very humanoid heads. And you see as they move, as they slurp out of these holes, you see like his arms sort of like almost like a butterfly's wings, how they're like kind of wet as they unfurl, as these arms like sort of suck themselves out. And you watch as they sort of like pull themselves up and begin wriggling, leaving these like wet trails behind them as these disgusting slug creatures begin to move all around as they're across the ground towards you. That is their turn. And next up, you see more of these skin peel off the sides of the walls. You see several of the ones around the large one break off, and you see them attacking the slug creatures as they're like folding themselves up into like a torpedo and plowing into these things. You see these slug creatures are like reaching up and trying to rip the flesh as if like tearing a sheet of paper, and they are attacking each other. Seydlitz, it is your turn.
I'm trying to visualize where I am in position in comparison to everything.
Everything is happening all around you. Your friends are behind you with a giant sheet of flesh.
Am I standing by the lake or in the lake water at this point?
The lake water is impossible to stand in. It would be too deep and you would be drowning in goo. So I would imagine you like went around the lake towards the direction you had to go. So you can be near the lake's edge if you so choose.
I'd like to be near the lake's edge, but it's just kind of a... I think I'm going to roll my recovery roll because I need it.
Okay, so that's your action, so go ahead and roll your recovery roll.
I already did.
Great. So you heal 6 points wherever you'd like to heal them. And we will jump from Seydlitz as you watch this, like, this chaos erupt around you as these disgusting, slimy slug creatures slurp out of holes and attack flesh monsters. We jump up to Mina in the initiative, or Mina or Antares, or both in the initiative.
She's gonna do the same thing that she's gonna be doing. Moving towards where Seydlitz said, "Guys, over there," and she's gonna start moving. And like, Mina, come on!
And you're gonna start moving.
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. You begin to move. And Terry, that wasn't Terry's. Mina, what are you doing?
I think Mina just looks over his shoulder at Corex and says, I'll be right behind you. And he takes another attack at the large raver.
Hell yeah, go for it. Difficulty 7. That looks like a hit to me. 18 more points of damage as you stab another hole in this thing. You see, it's like gross. You see, it's like tight canvas, right? Where if you stab through it, the stretching, the stretched outness of it like makes the hole bigger. So as you like pierce through another spot, you see it like hit where you pierce, and then it splits open, and then it like pulls more, as if it's like pulling against itself and tearing the flesh more. Outstanding. So you do that. Corax, I'm gonna give you an option here, because you said you stay with your friends and move with them. Technically, you move after the Elder Raver. Would you have stayed with Mina, or would you have gone with Antares?
I think he would have stayed with Antares.
Okay.
Because from his mind, that thing was attacking her, and Mina was like poking it from the side, so he would have stuck with Antares.
Okay.
And you can tell she's like trying to get its attention.
Yeah, for sure.
Rebuked it pretty good. So
yeah, the fact that she flared her Nimbus and everything shouts, "Kill me!" He's gonna stick with her because he can at least do something to help her.
Outstanding. You chose correctly as the Raver flies towards Antares, chasing her down. Antares difficulty 10, melee attack. You do gain an additional asset for Corex. So same roll as before, plus 1 asset.
Oh, okay. Nice. So many clickies. Let's go. Failed. Oh,
That's
crying out loud.
That is a rough time. Do you want to spend any XP? Oh, you don't have any.
I don't have any because I just spent all my XP, 2 XP last session.
Oh, that sucks. It's rough. Sorry to hear about it. You take You take 13 points of might damage as this thing rocks into you.
Correct. Your Nimbus isn't doing anything to me for damage reduction, hey?
It's not a Nimbus, it's just an ability, but doesn't
your
do anything
ability.
for damage.
Okay. I'll see your 13 and I'll take 8
Great.
instead.
I love that for us.
Oh, wait, that doesn't seem right. 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 9. Yeah.
And
13. 6, 9. Okay. Fuck, I can't believe I failed that.
G, I would like you to go ahead. We're gonna just cash in one of our corruption bars here. I would like you to go ahead and make me a D100 roll, please.
Don't like that at all. 83.
Outstanding. Korax, you see as Antares gets slapped with wet skin as she like stumbles forward, almost outside of your bubble, but not quite. And you watch as she rights herself, and on like the back and shoulder neck, you see like this red, like rash or sore begin to form with a skin hitter. And you watch as like it slowly starts to spread, and you see another part appear on the other side. And Thurs, you begin to feel this, like your armor begins to like be itchy, and like it starts to like hurt and almost like chafe. You are covered in rashes or lesions that increase the difficulty of all interactions attempted by 1 step for an entire day. As you are cursed with lesions by this creature. So
sorry,
everything.
What was the thingy?
Everything is 1 step harder for you for the day. And you're covered in rashes. That was the Elder Raver. Korax, what would you like to do?
When Korax got hit by this thing, did it just feel like normal physical damage, or did it feel like something elemental?
It felt like normal physical damage.
Okay, that doesn't help me.
Sorry.
Does this thing look like it's severely damaged by what Mina's been doing, or does it just look like it's still walking in the park?
Well, it's difficult to ascertain the level of injury on a sentient flesh sheet, but there are 2 large holes in it. If that helps at all. It doesn't like it looked gross to begin with, but now it looks gross and has 2 holes in it. Which doesn't seem beneficial towards it.
Okay. That I would like to use soul interrogation. You determine the weakness, vulnerabilities, qualities, and mannerisms of a single creature within long range. The GM should reveal the creature's level, basic abilities, and obvious weaknesses if there are any. Difficulty of all actions you attempt that affect that creature's attack, defense, interaction, so on, is reduced by 1 step for a few months afterwards.
Wow. All creatures or 1 creature in a range? Just 1?
It'll be the big ass raver, basically.
You go ahead and activate that. This is an Elder Raver. It is level 7. Its health is currently 20 out of 50. Its damage is 13. Melee attack as level 10. And has the capacity to curse anyone from long range. So it can either like attack you physically. So it says an Elder Raver's attack is a touch that induces images of crazed savagery. Alternatively, an Elder Raver can inflict any curse from long range on 1 or more targets. So I spent the corruption bar to do 2 attacks on 1 target in its turn. And I will say you do know that Elder Ravers are more, it feels more sentient than the other ones. Like, perhaps, like, sapient. Like, it seems to understand. Like, perhaps it was the one holding back the rest of them. So perhaps it has a greater level of intelligence than the rest of them.
Would that indicate that it could potentially understand us?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Sick. That is your turn. The slimy slug creatures. One of them is gonna come for Seydlitz, who's just hanging out. I need you to make me a difficulty 4 intellect defense roll, Seydlitz.
I guess I got lucky today because 3 divine shift and intellect for some reason.
Hey.
I do have to ask: is any of this is this considered an energy attack?
It is not an energy attack.
So I have to see if the cloak actually matters. Intellect defense 4.
Your cloak does it does like let me see, let me double check your cloak.
It gives me 3 armor against damage from fire, electricity, radiation, and most forms of energy.
Okay, I was gonna say, yeah. Should be like elements. What was your roll? Oh, you didn't roll.
Well, if you said difficulty 4.
Difficulty 4 intellect defense, yeah.
Let's see, define it. This is a difficulty 1, and I'm trained. So this is 0.
Okay.
So I'm
Great.
basically only rolling against the nat 1.
So you block this out as you feel your senses assaulted with psychic with like a psychic energy. Yeah, that's it. Cool. You see that happen as this thing like seems to be telepathic in some capacity. That is its turn. More of them fight more lesser ravers. Each one ripping and tearing. You see one. You see like two ravers sort of grab on and like in half one of these slug creatures. That is their turn. Seydlitz, what would you like to do? The raver that the slug creature that attacked you is in short range, so it's not in melee range. So you could still shoot it if you wanted to.
Ironically, I have range increase, which means immediate for me is short.
Nice.
But I don't know how that works with a sword, so I'm gonna shoot it with the crossbow since I still have one divine shift sitting in there. So I think that's where I put it.
Go for it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that's where I put it. If this game would decide to let me do this right, and I need to I need to step the damage down because I added it all in. So, what was the difficulty?
Difficulty is 4 for the slug creatures.
4, 3.
Whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to hit that recovery roll.
That's okay.
Fuck.
2. Boo.
Okay, so you fire on this thing and completely miss. You whiff on this thing as it flies past.
It was a snapshot.
Yeah. And I assume, do you continue moving towards the wall?
Yep.
Okay. Mina, back to you. Mina and Antares, what are the two of you doing?
I'm still moving, and hurry up, and over here, you fuck. And I'm using my action to activate my block ability.
Okay. What is block ability? Just block the entire attack?
Auto block the next melee attack made against you in the next minute.
Sick.
Go
ahead.
Just a side note, I'm just going through all my abilities here. I do have an ability called Hidden Reserves, which is Enabler. So when I use an action to make a recovery roll, which I did the first thing,
yep.
I gain +1 edge to might and speed for 10 minutes. So just so you know.
Great.
Okay.
Love that. You begin to charge towards where Seydlitz is. I believe at this point you've caught up to Seydlitz and are like continuing past. Mina, what are you doing? The giant sheet seems to be moving away from you.
Mina will run to catch up and try to put his spear through the giant sheet of skin.
Yeah, go for it. Difficulty is 7.
Fuck yeah. Jesus.
Hell yeah. Mina, in great detail, please describe to me how you kill an Elder Raver.
So I think Mina sees it chasing after Antares and likewise chases after it with speed and literally launches himself and lands on top of it with his spear down and then uses his momentum to kind of spin and land on his feet. And for my major effect, I want the spear to stay in the Raver and kind of keep the Raver as defense above them.
Like a
from the other
kebab.
Ravers.
Gross.
Like an umbrella.
Yeah.
Gross.
A flesh
Large,
umbrella.
fleshy umbrella.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I hate that. Outstanding. Fuck. That's gross. All right. Well, the Elder Raver is dead. Korax, what would you like to do?
Korax is going to keep moving with Antares. How far are we from the hole?
About halfway.
Be cool.
Okay.
So about 2 more rounds to run.
He is then going to... he's just going to activate his resonance field then. So as he's still with Antares, like within arm's reach, that blue glow runs over his body, and he just keeps moving with her.
Hell yeah. The Zekadid, they all begin to attack wildly. I think as you sort of begin to run by, several of these things are going to take shots at Korax, Seydlitz, and Antares. As you are running, your sheet umbrella is also kind of keeping the Ravers away from them as well, so they can turn their focus on you. So Korax, Seydlitz, and Antares, I would like a difficulty 4 intellect defense roll, please.
You said that we had caught up with Seydlitz. Is he within arm's reach as well?
I'll say yeah. So Seydlitz, you would also get an asset on defense rolls from Korax.
Sorry, I know you said
that just means I'm rolling a -1.
Great. So then just don't roll. You don't have to roll. G, what were you gonna say?
I'll roll for the sake of nat ones.
All right.
I would just like to argue, because you said intellect defense, but I have Raver defense, which is might. So, like, can I use the force of my physical presence to resist this?
To resist the slug people who are not Ravers?
Oh, sorry. I thought it was the Ravers coming.
Nope.
Okay.
They're slug people.
Never mind.
Sorry,
Never mind.
Intellect defense, right? Yeah.
Yes, intellect defense, please.
Which I don't have.
4.
Because this is a mental thing
Yes,
that they're doing?
they're psychic.
Okay. Believe it or not, I don't have any defenses against that.
What? Shocked.
Successful Korax.
Hell yeah.
Let's go. Fuck, come on, dude.
Outstanding.
Failed.
Antares, what are your immediate plans and goals?
To get to the hole. Be cool.
Okay, great. The slug creature knows that. And also siphons 10 points of intellect from you.
That puts me at 0 intellect.
Sick. Make sure you progress down the damage track if anyone's 0 in one pool. It should be automatic.
Well, I do have an ability called what is it called? Push
crazy
on
name.
through. You ignore the effect. No, that's not it. Ignore the pain. You ignore the impaired condition of the damage track and treat the debilitated condition as impaired.
Great. So just put yourself back at hail.
So I can just put my
You just click
one.
hail.
Can I put? Okay.
No,
I
just
just
click
put
hail.
myself. Well, is that gonna?
No, that's
not
fine.
gonna fuck anything up?
It shouldn't.
Okay.
Hail automatically adds a -1 to everything, or sorry, impaired automatically adds a -1 to everything. So the next time you go down the damage track, you just put it as impaired. Cool. So you get mentally blasted in the head as these slug creatures psionically assault your mind. That is their turn. The lesser ravers are attacking the slug creatures and are held at bay by your corpse blanket. Seydlitz, what do you want to do?
Well, how close am I? Well, I kind of want to retaliate against the slug.
You can.
Hooray! Give me a sec, so I don't read this bad. And once I retaliate against the slug, I'm gonna run towards the hole again, see how close I can get. How close are we to the hole?
It will take 2 more moves so Korax and Antares just did 1 of the 2. This will be you doing 1 of the 2 as well. You fire at the slug creature and deal 7 points of damage to it. Cool. You fire it right in the chest. This is like this sluggy thing makes a bunch of weird wet-sounding slug noises. And recoils back, slithering its viscous snail trail as it does so.
Your stupid mind powers won't affect me.
Clearly. You and then you follow Korax and Antares. That brings us to Mina.
Mina will move to catch up with Korax and Antares to follow them, and he will. I think he needs to do a bit of a recovery.
Okay. So that's your action is to recover?
Yeah.
Got it. You recover 8 points as you move towards the rest of your group. Antares, you can get to the hole this time.
She's gonna do a recovery roll. Her second 1 action recovery roll. And move. 10 points. That's helpful. Yeah, and then move and make sure everyone is with us. Everyone's together, more or less.
Everyone is more or less together.
Okay.
And
then, surging confidence. I gain 1 action immediately after taking my first recovery roll, which is I forgot to do. Can I do that now or no?
Yeah, sure. What's your recovery roll? What's your action?
Just to activate my block ability again, which is an action.
Does block only melee?
Yeah.
The slug people only do mental.
Oh, okay.
And you're
I
currently
think-
being protected from the ravers by the raver blanket that you have.
Perfect.
It was a pretty epic crit there to kill a raver.
I'll do it anyway, just because I have 3 edge in my speed anyway, so it doesn't cost me anything.
Got it.
So-
Okay. Sick. That is Antares' turn. Korax.
Korax is going to keep moving with the others.
Yep.
He's going to be starting to look at the tunnel we're going into. How big is that tunnel, firstly?
Big enough for you to go into? Not big enough for you
Is
to
it
walk into. You
more-
kind of have to like crawl into the opening.
Okay, perfect. And is he able to move a divine shift as an action into his grimoire?
I don't believe so. I think that requires you to be like resting to do that.
That's fine. In which case, he's just going to keep moving with the others.
Okay, perfect. Sick. So you head towards this, and then I believe that is the weird. Oh, but I deleted it off my sheet. The weird creatures attack, and I think they're gonna attack all of you. So everyone make me an intellect difficulty 4. Intellect defense difficulty 4.
I realized that I also have 2 divine shifts, which help me with intellect defense.
And I think everyone is within reach of Korax, so everyone gets an asset on this as well.
Oh, I didn't roll an asset last time. Totally forgot. I'm gonna save that.
Well, would have made a
One
difference.
asset. Yay! Finally.
So good news. Oh no, these aren't physical, are they? Damn
Nope.
it.
What? Does your effect not work on mental?
Well, it doesn't actually say. If it's a creature's within immediate range, makes an attack against you, but they're not really at immediate range.
They are not at immediate range. That's okay.
Yeah.
We'll play going forward. 17 would have beaten it anyway. A 18 would have beaten it anyway. The 10 wouldn't have beaten it, but no, a 10 still beats it. You roll a 10. A 10 beats a 9. Yeah, everyone's roll, regardless of what they had minuses to, would have beaten the minimum number, which was a target number 4. Oh, actually, Mina's wouldn't, but that's okay. Cool. You guys block the psychic damage from these creatures, and you progress forward. The Flash Umbrella continues to protect you. Seydlitz, you arrive at the hole.
I'm going to wait at the hole and start shooting at slug creatures till everybody's at the hole.
Okay. Go ahead and shoot difficulty 4.
Because I want everybody to get in the hole. That's an 18.
18 will hit.
And that's 9 damage because +2.
Doing +2. Okay, you fire into the one that had the arrow already in it, and you watch it recoil and sort of like reel and flop down, dead. That is your turn, Mina. You can you begin to get towards the hole, and the flesh umbrella begins to like crumple up on itself as it hits the wall. What would you like to do?
Mina will try to be the last one into the hole, and he'll try to use what's left of the fleshy thing to block the hole.
Fair, valid. Yeah. So Mina would be the last person in line. So as you guys see Mina approaching, do you all dive for the hole or climb in?
Yep. As long as we're all together, we're going.
Are we using the fleshy raver to cover the hole?
Yes. Absolutely.
It becomes a fleshy hole plug.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually plotting, it's like, I have this freaking flower that looks like a trap, but I was going to think about using it, but I don't know what it does.
Yeah, you all have a bunch of items, except for Chris, because he threw his in the... He was like, fuck that. Fuck those mushroom people.
Fuck those mushroom people.
I
They
throw my
deserve-
spore cluster at them. I'm like, yeah, have this.
Do you?
Yeah, I have no idea what it does, but I have a spore cluster.
Let's see. Spore cluster.
A plum-sized spore cluster.
A plum-sized spore cluster. Great. A flowering spore pod. Its petals curl inward like a predator waiting to strike. That sounds right. You throw this.
No, wait, I'm not actually doing that. I just said.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, hey, you gotta.
Wait, we're talking about like plugging the thing up and shit like that. So.
Got it. Okay, just checking,
Sorry.
because sick. You don't throw that then. You guys run into the hole. You don't run into him. You like crouch down into the hole and begin to move down this tunnel. The Mina, you're able to like pull your spear out and sort of bring this dead elder raver flesh as close to the hole as possible. It will take a couple of turns probably for the slug creatures to like peel it back and become a problem for you. But you feel as though you have enough space to move inward here. You guys begin to head down this very strange tunnel. You see that there are like, unlike the other tunnels that you had gone through, this one doesn't seem nearly as smooth. It's the least moist tunnel you've been in all day.
It's an improvement.
It's an improvement, you know. It's a benefit there. You. Yeah. When in doubt, follow your nose. You begin to head down this path. And you see that there are like strange like striations in the walls. And you see that there are the further down you go, it feels as though there's like not just striations. There's like actually like carvings in the wall as you begin to make your way down. And eventually you begin to see like red, like almost like the color of like fresh blood in the walls in these carvings. And the further down you go, you begin to see like red and silver sort of like mixing together in these strange symbols. You watch as these like lines become like it's actually like hard to focus on them. Sometimes you see like a symbol that's like been elongated. Sometimes you see like up and down kind of pattern. It seems as though there's almost like no logic of these. Anyone who'd like to may roll me a difficulty 8 intellect task to identify or understand these markings.
Will skills like finding the details help on that?
I'll say yes. Also learning. I think someone has learning that will help with that as well.
I got no learning.
It's an ability, but it's an
right?
enabler, but I have an eye for detail.
What does the ability do?
When you spend 5 minutes or so thoroughly exploring an area no larger than a typical room, you can ask the GM one question about the area, and they must answer truthfully.
I don't think that applies here.
Oh. My
I'll give it a
God.
shot.
I have no XP.
I would like to use an XP to reroll mine, Mike.
You can go right ahead.
I'm just gonna give it a flat roll.
Wow.
I'll let the god of intelligence do it, or
My
not.
God.
We're all idiots.
2 GM intrusions. How good can it get? Let's do it, Mike.
The cavern collapses. This is the end of the season.
Mike ends the fucking campaign.
You look at these patterns, right? And you're trying to like you've identified that they are patterns, and it almost reminds you of the strange letters in the smoke you saw in Lucerin's in like the weird skull temple that Lucerin was in with that weird candle. And it's you realize that these are words, but they're words that you don't really understand. And as you're trying to like discern the pattern of what these could be and like how they're organized and what the groupings are, and like what is the meaning behind this? Like what is the intent here? Nothing seems like it's like aggressively gouged in here. Everything seems like it was like time was taken to carve these in here, as strange as they may be. You interpret this to be like, in a way, like almost like a welcoming, like beckoning you on, like you are on the right path. Like I'm glad you found this kind of thing. That's the kind of vibe you're getting here. Like a good job for finding this tunnel amongst hundreds of other ones. That's what you get. Yeah. I believe you guys continue. You guys continue for quite some time. The path eventually widens to a point where you guys can go from hands and knees to kind of like duck walk to kind of standing. And you begin to be able to walk upright in this tunnel. You realize that in the previous tunnels, or in the previous like travel, you could always tell what direction you were moving, whether it was down, left, right, up, etc. And you could always tell like that your biome was changing based on the increase in air pressure, the increase or decrease in temperature, all these other things. Seydlitz, there's a moment I think where even you are uncomfortable because you have no idea where you are. You can't tell how far you've descended. You can't tell if you're going up or down, which seems impossible, right? There'd be a slope of some kind. And you're beginning, even you, Seydlitz, are beginning to lose track of how long you've been in this tunnel. To the point where, like, you're not confident if it's been hours or a day. As you guys begin to continue into this tunnel, you watch as none of you are producing any sort of light, but the tunnel itself is not dark. It seems as though the tunnel itself is emitting, and almost imperceptibly so, an almost imperceptive like ambient light, produced just enough for you guys to see a few feet in front of you and a few feet behind you as you progress through space into this tunnel. And as your legs grow weary and your muscles weak and your desire for sleep and the hunger in your belly gnaws at your ribs, you see darkness ahead of you. As you move closer, the darkness does not ebb, as though the ambient light has just stopped ahead of you. But all you can see is an opening, roughly the size of the tunnel that you're in, that is just black. What do you do?
I think Terry stops. I can't remember what order we went into the tunnel in. Is it big enough to where are we single file, or can we walk abreast?
It's single file.
Single file. Yeah, so she kind of looks past whoever's in front of her. Not that I'm not glad that we're not in that room anymore, but do we have any idea what's up there?
Not a clue. I'll just assume Seydlitz is in the lead.
How far ahead is this, Mike? Sorry.
Maybe 10, 15 feet in front of you?
So literally right in front of us.
Yeah. Okay. The ambient light doesn't extend super far, but it just kind of came one of those like background things that you barely even noticed.
Mm-hmm.
But you see it. What's that?
Is that short range?
I'll say it's short range, yeah.
I would like to use an ability, Omniscience. You gain surface knowledge of an area equal in size to a 10-foot cube, including all objects, creatures, etc. within the area. It must be within short range. Your knowledge includes the level of creatures and objects irrelevant. You also learn whatever facts the GM feels are pertinent about the matter and energy in that area, but not repercussions. For example, you might learn that a wooden box contains a device of metal and crystal, blah, 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 but you don't necessarily know how bad it is.
Outstanding. You channel your divine energy, your arcane craft and knowledge, and you receive nothing. There is no things There is no energy, there is no sound, there is no anything.
Korax then stops. Like, if they're walking, he just stops. If they're all stopped, he would say stopped. He says, I've tried to discern what is there, but I'm getting literally nothing. The tablet we read before said to drink of the things and to carve some runes potentially into ourselves that'll only last a day. But it might mean we need that protection if we go through there. It might not. And we'll only get a day to find out.
Can she light something on fire and then toss it?
Yep.
She does so. And everyone sees what she's doing. So if anyone wants to stop
Seydlitz
her,
will offer a bolt to light on fire, and he'll shoot it through the doorway.
oh, okay.
See if any light. Seems like that little light going all the way down.
Mhm.
You
and see if
watch
any light comes back.
you watch the light enter the darkness and it's gone.
Do we hear any sound? Like,
You do
like
not.
the
Hear anything.
so as in okay, so we don't hear anything as in like this, like the sound of like the flame fluttering would be gone, like
The
silent.
moment it passes into the darkness, it's gone. Nothing. No
Okay.
sound, no nothing.
Seydlitz is going to step forward just in front of the door and turn on his Nimbus and see if there's a reaction.
Good one.
There is nothing.
That's
This
disconcerting.
might be a stupid idea. Seydlitz is going to reach his hand in.
You reach your hand in. You don't feel your hand. You pull your hand back out. It feels just fine.
He's going to turn back to the other three, kind of wordlessly think to himself, well, it's either forward or backwards.
Mina will get to
And he's
the
going
butt
to
of his
step through.
spear and kind of push through where the floor would be on the other side and see if he finds solid purchase on anything.
Mina,
Well,
you don't find purchase, and not to indicate that there is no floor, but the moment your spear passes through that like threshold, you no longer feel the tip of your spear. You could move it in every direction and not find a solid anything.
she looks at Korax, sorry. Is this the seed of annihilation?
It could be where it is. And if it is, then we need to prepare before we go in there.
You gonna remember those runes?
He nods. It's not going to be fun to get them engraved.
So we make camp here.
Can anyone do it?
What, scratch an engraved rune into their body? Yeah. long as
She
you do it right.
she pulls out her knife and she points to the gnarly scar on her arm where it's probably never been mentioned before, but now that you guys are looking at it, you realize that this wound is completely self-inflicted, where she carved the dragon tattoo, like defaced the dragon tattoo on her arm. If I know what I need to draw, I can do the honors, as it were. And she flips the
nods.
knife and holds it to Korax, as in, you do me.
Do you just want to walk through this hole now? I mean, and he looks around. Some of us are pretty beaten up.
Well, sure. If we want to rest first, do we get the impression that this is safe here?
You've been walking in this tunnel for hours or weeks, and at no point have you seen anything else in here.
No sounds, no.
Just the sounds you make. Nothing behind you.
All right. Well, yeah, we should rest then. You got a good point.
As
Yeah,
you
I second
all,
that.
as you all sort of hunker down in this tunnel, on the threshold of darkness, you may roll your recovery rolls. What are you doing? What does a restful period of time look like, cramped in a tunnel on the edge of the unknown?
For Korax, he pulls out a notepad, well, not a notepad, but yeah, a notepad and pen or pencil, and he writes down the full inscription from that tablet that they saw, and at the bottom he puts down the runes that need to be engraved into each person. So he spends his time perfectly documenting everything that was on that tablet.
Okay. What's everyone else do?
She probably would take a moment to close her eyes and get some rest. And then she's going to be studying with Korax. Like if she has to be carving these symbols onto the guys, she wants to make sure she knows what the fuck she's drawing.
Mina and Seydlitz?
I want to clarify: Are we getting a 10-hour here?
Yeah, you can get a full rest here.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Seydlitz is going to kind of go into a deep focus and take the time to just let his body heal, check his stock, and pray.
To whom do you pray?
To Korax.
Of course.
Whom do I pray?
And you don't have to pray
The
to anyone
question.
specifically if you want. You can just say a prayer, if that's what your vibe is.
Seydlitz is going to target, if he doesn't know all the gods, but if he can remember in his mind anyone that is kind of adjacent to his own domain, he would pray to that person.
Okay. Are you praying like for anything in particular, or just guidance, or just?
He's kind of reciting a hunter's prayer as well. He's basically praying for good luck and protection.
Okay, I love it. Mina, what are you doing?
Mina is likewise. He's going to sit down. His standard kind of relaxation for the evening is to turn on his God radio and see if anyone's talking about him, so he can listen in. And now it will involve it's not so much a prayer as a debrief to his mother. Now that he knows that she's divine, he'll kind of debrief her on what's been happening and then ask her for valor for the next day.
Okay. You turn on Mina radio, and there is no one speaking about you. You have there's no stations on Mina radio.
There's a small tear that comes down. No one's talking about him.
You actually, a second goes by, and a very close signal gets picked up really quickly, and there are 3 people within immediate range that are talking about your lack of shirt. And we I think we progress through time here as all of you.
Just a sec, Mike.
Yeah, go ahead.
And Terry is studying with Korak, she got some shut eye, and she knows that Korax hasn't. So she hands him a piece of like her rations, like her jerky rations, and make sure he eats it. And then I took back some of the recovery points that I took for my last roll, and I'm instead going to give them to Korax. So as they're studying, she gives him the jerky, and then as they're working, her nimbus just kind of flares again, moves down her hand, and then she like pats his shoulder, and then she's gonna give him 8 points from her last recovery roll.
Okay.
8 points.
Yeah, that's what I rolled.
Jesus, he was 2 short of max.
Oh, perfect. There you go.
The only other thing, Mike, before we move on as well, is Korax, just for reference, will be pulling his last divine shift out of the grimoire, so he'll have all of them himself.
Okay. Yeah. Anyone who wants to move around their divine shifts, please go right ahead. Yeah. Time progresses naturally. And all of you eventually doze in and out of sleep or have a full restful time of sleep. Nothing attacks you. Your sleep is, for the first time for some of you, entirely dreamless. And in whatever the first person to determine that it is morning or that the time has come to progress arrives, you are able to wake everyone. Antares, you have studied the words, you have studied the script, you have studied the runes that must be carved. What do you do?
I think she raises her eyebrows and she looks at Korax. So we're doing this?
If you think that this is the place, it feels like it. We will have 1 day of protection from this.
She looks at the others like, I'm not to put you on the spot here, Korax, but I'm not the god of knowledge.
There's no knowledge of what is beyond that. And I'm not the god of guessing. So we can take the risk. And if we go through and it's not the place we need to be, then we need to move quick. We don't linger. We don't hang around. We don't stand to... And he glances to Mina as he says this. We don't stand to fight. We just move if it's not the place we think it is. Because we will only have a day.
Well, then
I don't know about you, but I don't know how many days we've been in here. I've kind of lost track.
I'll go first. Korak, show Antares what needs to be done. Use me as the template.
All right.
He pulls out the water skin of his that he filled with the magic syrup water.
Mina's got one as well, so he'll just use his.
He says, "This is the other thing that we needed to drink. It was great. It was. I'm guessing it would have helped us back there, but no use, no harm in trying. Same time, let's do it." And he puts the piece of paper down with the symbols.
Okay. And she like gives him like something to bite down on, like the leather strap. Where do you want it?
Mina just pushes at his chest, over his heart.
All right. And she will use her knife, and she will carve the runes into Mina's chest. You're muted.
I sure am. You do so. Mina, it feels like you're being carved into. It feels exactly how anyone would imagine it would feel as the blade digs into your pectoral muscle. as she carves this rune in, and quickly replaces a bandage over the top of it when she finishes this.
It's oddly intricate. Like it's not deep, you know. It's like she's got skill cutting on people or something. It's been a while, but it's been a long time.
Oddly specific thing to say, G. You want to talk about that?
She used to be
Mike.
evil.
Yes.
Player question.
Yeah.
Will Raiden need to have the runes carved into him as well?
Ooh, interesting idea. Yeah, I think he would.
Would he want to is the next question. Say he doesn't want to follow. Is there a way I can send him back to the spirits?
There is. Yeah. There absolutely is. And I think we'll say in the downtime I think you had, I think that would have been a great time to converse, right? Like you kind of place your hand on your shadow where like there is that ambient light around you still. And you sense fear and trepidation from Raiden. And you get the sense that this is he's not afraid of what's beyond here. He's afraid of the fact that he does not know what's beyond here. As in, this may not be a place for spirits.
Seydlitz is going to pet his shadow wolf and simply utter the phrase, "If you do not wish to follow me, then you can return to the spirits in the forest. Upon my return, I will find you."
And if possible, you feel your shadow get lighter as Raiden returns to the ancient forest outside Samora. And we cut forward.
Seydlitz
Okay.
kind of smiles to himself. He doesn't know if he'll return, but if Raiden doesn't have to be dragged into this, he would choose that he'd rather not be.
Fair. And we cut back forward in time after Antares completes the deft blade work on Mina's chest. Who is second?
Seydlitz raises his arm.
Okay. And how
Just
many
kinda
like symbols
stretches it up.
is going on? Like
7.
from memory.
7? Okay. Yep. She passes the biting leather over and tattoos Seydlitz.
Okay. Seydlitz, you grin through it and bear it as 7 sigils are carved into your arm. That leaves Korax.
Korax would just put his arm out so that she can carve it into his forearm because he wants to be able to see it and read it if he survives this. He doesn't take the strap of leather that they all bit down on. Instead, he just sits there and grins and bears it as she engraves it into his arm.
There's a moment of you have a tattoo, Chris?
No.
Oh. Well, reference not for you then. There's a moment when the pain sort of numbs through you. And you specifically, because you felt this pain before. The pain you feel as Antares carves this across your arm is the same pain you feel across your mind when new information is created in the world. And at this point, you're not immune to it, but it is dulled at this point. And at first, it's the visual of a blade sinking into your forearm that like your brain sends the synaptic reflexes to indicate pain. And then as the pain hits your brain, it realizes, oh, we felt this before many times. This is okay. and it sort of dulls out to not a pleasant feeling, but definitely like a something that you can bear with relative ease. And Teres, as you finish the last of your companions, who carves into your flesh?
She wipes the blade and spins it. And she just holds it up.
Corax takes it.
And then she presents her scarred arm.
He looks to the other two and just says, "No offense, but I don't want you to fuck it up." And he begins to cough.
None taken. My hands are probably a bit too shaky anyway.
She just grins, and then she just like she sits there crisscross applesauce, and then just closes her eyes and just goes into like a meditative state.
He slowly does it, but the lines would be bang on, but probably way deeper than Antares did for everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And some would be deep, and some would be. It would be really bad, but the lines would be perfect.
Yeah, and I think she'd be like, "Just take a deep breath," and she doesn't flinch.
Okay. The last of the runes are carved. And you all stand, grab your gear, and head towards this hole, this blackness. Who's the first to step through?
Seydlitz is the first in line.
There's no way to go through all at the same time?
Nope.
Mina will go first if no one else wants to.
I just... Am I muted?
No.
Did you say you were going to go through?
I said Seydlitz is the first in line.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he will step through.
Mina is second. Who is after Mina?
Corax would probably go after Mina, but he'd look back to Antares and he says to her, "We're not leaving unless we all leave together."
And
he waits until she's ready before he steps through.
Yeah, she'll put a hand on the back of his shoulder even.
Okay.
And then they'll step through.
You head through, all of you. The first, Seydlitz, as you watch as he disappears into darkness. Followed by Mina, disappearing into darkness. Corax and Antares, hand over arm, into darkness. From the void emerges a shape in front of you. A man, barely a man. Silhouette never fully resolves, and you see a curling of horns of a satyr, though they waver as if painted by smoke, sometimes appearing gnarled like tree roots, other times crystalline like obsidian. The body is lean and ageless, clothed in nothing but the suggestion of shadow draped like robes. The eyes burn faintly golden, but not with the heat, with a patient, knowing light. Seydlitz, you are the first to emerge. The world around you is vast and dark. There is no floor. There are no ceilings. There is nothing that binds this space in time. You see this figure standing before you. And as your eyes sort of naturally glance around, looking for any sort of purchase here, you watch as if playing through smoke. A vision, a memory, a dream, a life past. You watch as a man, young, stands in fear beside a woman. She is laying down across a table. A much older woman has an apron draped over her legs, and she is standing beside her, between her legs, telling her to be calm. You see the man squeeze her hand, and you watch as a child is born into this world. You watch that child grow, a sister born to that same mother. You watch as a family grieves as a father departs on a journey. And through time and space, you follow the father as he returns time and time again from the vast unknown until he doesn't. You watch as a man well experienced in his years of delving through these strange lands enters an area, pulls out a series of maps, confers with a handful of his companions, and decides to descend a strange precipice. Some of them wait, some of them descend with him. Their fates are not yours to know. You follow the man down as he climbs and climbs and climbs. And there is a moment in time where the amount of rope that he and all of his companions have looped together ends. And he looks back up, what could be hundreds or thousands of feet up, and he looks down into the vast unknown. And there is a feeling of worry and fear, and there's a feeling of knowing and proving and becoming legend. And you watch as he looks up to his companion above him and releases himself from the rope. Mina, you enter into this space. Again, you see this strange man with horns that unfurl like smoke. You too see vast nothingness in every direction around you. And you watch as these same smoke-like projections of visions. And you watch a woman who can seemingly change her shape, but there's always something about her that remains consistent. You see her, she's seemingly in her 20s, often accompanied by a similarly looking young man. They are jovial, of good spirit, playful. They weave stories together around multicolored campfires. The two of them play like children, despite being seemingly in their 20s. They adventure through jungles, through mountains, through volcanoes. They fight creatures, gargantuan, winged, leathery, reptilian-looking creatures. They fight, they play, they laugh. And as the world shatters and breaks around them, they are separated. And you see fear. The woman hides herself within herself. The man runs as far as he can and removes a mask that was never there. And with it is divinity, locking it away in a vault on the moon. Corax, you are the third to enter. You see the same figure, the same darkness in every direction, and you too see visions play along. Your visions, however, have a heartbeat that runs through them. The origin of the heartbeat is not you, but you watch as your heartbeat connects with a man atop a carriage laden with goods, books, tinctures, things. And you watch as you spend time with this person, learning, hungering, watching. You watch as your heartbeat departs and his continues. You watch as he interacts with other people throughout their life. You watch as he interacts with a young woman from a village scarred by lightning. You watch as he interacts in the marketplace of a city with a young girl whose footsteps spring flowers. You watch as he interacts with the king of Nod. You watch as he interacts with the goddess of valor. Everywhere this person goes, a little vein of a heartbeat leaves him and continues on a path. And as the vision widens, you see that his path continues in a great circle. And when he reaches the beginning, you watch as he helps a woman in her 20s, maybe 30s, tired, bedraggled, yet emanating some level of power, steal away a child born through dreams, and hide her in shadow. And Thurs, you are the final person to enter here. Again, you see the same humanoid shape, and again, you see these visions play across the smoke. And you watch as a woman dreams of a fair-faced, kind man, a powerful man. You watch as every night when she sleeps, she dreams of the same man again and again. And you watch through dreams they grow closer, and through dreams they fall in love. And you watch as through dreams she gives birth to a child who remains in the dreams. The woman struggles, gathers arcane power to her, gathers scraps of divinity, gathers everything she can to find a way to pass through the dreams permanently. And she does. And you watch the child grow happily with two parents. An incredibly powerful sorceress and an even more powerful king. The child is loved, the child wants for nothing, in a land where imagination is as real as anything else. Every need is met by the most ridiculous of servitors, until one day you see a disagreement between the sorceress and the king. And the king denies something, and the sorceress rebels. You see her meet with an elderly man, hooded, warm, twinkling smile, and he nods. And together the sorceress, child, and the old man depart from the land of dreams. Four of you stand in nothingness. And the being speaks. When he speaks, his voice does not echo in the void. It resounds within each of you. Each syllable a chord vibrating the marrow of your bones. He seems amused, burdened, and indefinitely old all at once. He is at once approachable and untouchable. And you see that as he crouches down, a small fire springs up before him, a campfire. Though no warmth or light emits, no sound of crackling fire. And he bids you to approach and sit by his fire. What do you do?
We can see each other.
Yep.
Sit around the campfire and sing our campfire song.
And Terry's will go and sit. Cross-legged, hands on, resting on her knees, and she will look at him.
Seydlitz
Mina
will
bows
also
and does
sit.
likewise.
Say that again, Mina.
Sit.
I was just saying Mina bows and then does likewise to Anteri.
Okay. Seydlitz.
Seydlitz will sit. He will magically materialize a bag of marshmallows and start roasting marshmallows. Kidding.
Okay. Korax.
Korax walks behind the others. He walks slowly. And he stops but stands behind whoever's sitting in the middle of the three. And he puts a hand on whoever's shoulder that is and says, "Just remember, we are on a clock."
The creature looks to you and smiles. Seydlitz, the feeling of falling overtakes you as you sit here and the reflection of the fire plays across this man's face. And in an instant, despite the horns and the state of his body, there is no world that could exist in which you would not recognize the face of Bennett. You sit across the fire from your father, forever changed by whatever has happened to him over the last few years, wherever this is. He does not seem to recognize you in the way that you would hope he would. Instead, he turns to all of you and says, so more children arrive at the cradle. Welcome, welcome, children of the dawn. Welcome to the end and the beginning. You have descended farther than most, through shadow, through hunger, through curse and rage. And now you stand where the walls fall away, where there is no up nor down. This is what you call the fifth deep, the womb of the first dawn. The silence before the first song. My name is Nomikos. I have welcomed all who have come here. I have seen their faces fade, as I will see yours. For here lies the end of existence and the cradle of creation. He pauses and looks around at each of your faces. What are each of you doing, looking like, thinking?
Seydlitz is going to pull out the cloak of energy protection, and he's going to fold it in a way where his mother's little tailor emblem is visible.
Are you going to hand it to?
I am going to present it to him. Not hand it, but present it.
You watch as he reaches his hand out and takes the object. And as soon as he makes contact with this, you watch behind him, and all of you can see this, as the smoky visions you had all seen plays out behind this creature. You see the fine stitching of Seydlitz's mother crafting this cloak. You see her presenting it to Bennett, to Seydlitz's father. You see him wearing it and returning with it and wearing it and returning with it from adventures and delves and hunts. You see him depart one final time. And we watch as this man contemplates the edge of a cliff. And then we see this man stand alone in darkness, speaking to a creature much like the one before you, but wearing a different face. Conversation cannot be heard, but at first the man begs, pleads, grabs onto the scruff of this creature before you. The creature does not relent into whatever acquiescence the man begs for. And the man turns to rage and lashes out and strikes out at the creature. Every hit dissipates into smoke. The man reaches understanding. And the man and the creature meet in agreement. And as the man fades away, the face of the creature changes. And as the vision fades, the creature, wearing the face of Bennett, looks across the campfire at you, Seydlitz. And in a voice you remember from your youth, speaks out and says, I am sorry. I thought if I could be the one to descend here, we would be set for life, and I would never need to delve again. When I got here, it was already too late. And there was nothing that I, nor Nomikos, could do to return.
Seydlitz takes a breath, and he's going to stand up and walk to Nomikos' side of the campfire. And wordlessly, he's going to stare into his eyes and then embrace him in a hug. You
all
don't have
watch.
to apologize. I knew you were still here, even if they didn't.
All of you watch
Oh,
as Seydlitz wraps his arms around this creature. And you watch as the shifting shadows and smoke-like features solidify and change. And sitting by the campfire is Bennett. A man who looks just enough like Seydlitz for it to be undeniable that is his father. And in that instant, Seydlitz, you feel arms around you as this man hugs you back. And there is a warm, wet spot on your shoulder as a tear rolls down from your father's eye and lands on your shirt.
it's okay. We all make mistakes.
This one is a little more permanent.
I have one question, though.
Anything.
Why am I divine? Does it run in our family that we were never told?
Not anything that I am aware of. I hold no special gift. As far as I know, your mother holds no special gift.
Well, then I should tell you. You probably missed them because you're stuck here, but you have grandchildren. One of them is divine as well.
He will offer you something. And you see Bennett look up to kind of all of you. Make good use of your choices. And say that you feel the shifting shadows begin to move as the creature that is Nomikos begins to reform under your arms.
Seydlitz releases his embrace and just nods. I make my choices for my family. And I can tell them when I return that I have found my father. And I can give Mom at least the knowledge and the closure that she deserves.
Your father's face smiles at you, though the form is different. And the voice speaks. I am glad our arrangement could be fulfilled. But that is not why you all are here. Please. And he moves his hand, and the fire disappears. And the void stirs between all of you. And from nowhere, a faint glimmer blooms. A mote, impossibly bright and impossibly dark, twisting like a seed of nothingness that nonetheless radiates unbearable potential. It drifts and floats at your feet, though there is no ground. And Nomikos looks to all of you and says, "Behold, the annihilation seed. All that is, all that was, and all that will be sleeps within it. Every world you have ever known was born from this, shattered and sown by hands like yours. Every star, every shadow, every whisper of life grown from those who stand where you are now. And now, it is your turn. Take it, if you will. Shape it. End this world and birth another. Cast in your own image. Or cast it aside and vanish as countless others have done. The seed does not judge. It only waits. And he stands, turns. As he walks away, he begins to dissipate, leaving the four of you alone with the seed some of you have been dreaming of for weeks. The four of you stand alone or sit alone at the end of existence and the beginning of creation. What do you do?
So this is it. Seydlitz is going to turn to Korax. What fate does the book and the prophecies say?
I'm not sure it's going to cover this. But he reaches into his cloak and he pulls out the Book of Fate. And he has a quick flick through it.
When you first found the book, there were pages and chapters already written in it. There were headings, subheadings. The laws were there. This book is empty.
And the campfire is gone.
The campfire is gone. All that remains is the seed.
He snaps the book shut. There is nothing. And he looks to Seydlitz. The book is empty. The pages are yet to be written. I think where we stand now is where the pages of this book begin. They can't help us here. There are no prophecies.
So we can forge our own. Seydlitz ponders at the seed, and he takes a moment to a personal thought. What if we can remake the world? He says out loud, unintentionally.
We can. But in remaking it, you could destroy everything that is there now. A small change here means your family doesn't exist. You go back to where Samora was, and there is nothing. You could go into the Nightlands, and it is sunny. We could go back, and it won't be where we left. It'll be somewhere new.
Seydlitz turns to Antares and Mina, looking at them, wondering what their thoughts are.
She's
Mina
been.
just
No, go ahead,
Go
Mina.
ahead. I was just going to say, Mina just looks at the ball and says, "Who are we to make this decision?"
Yeah, she's been staring at this seed, like the light reflecting in her eyes. And she has like the most like neutral, calm face. I think there's only one option to take.
And what is that?
We remake the world exactly the way it is now. No better, no worse. The same. People will suffer. People will laugh. People will find joy. But in that, there is also hope. Next to despair. And she looks at me, and there will always be someone to protect and who needs protection. Knowledge will still be birthed and created and destroyed. There will always be the hunt.
People need feeding. People need to survive.
And there will always be someone needing redemption.
What if
Correct smiles. Go for it.
what if we use it to ascend to true godhood and leave everything else the rest? So we can give the people hope.
Korak smiles at that and looks to Seydlitz. Says, the gods that we knew, well, and he gestures to himself, didn't necessarily do things directly for the people. I partially agree with what Antares is saying, is don't remake the world. But I think don't remake the world with this. Remake it with action. Leave here, go back into the world, and make a difference in person. The way the gods should have done it. That will bring hope.
Do you mean without our divinity?
However, with or without. The thing is, the world needs to see someone making a difference. Walking through the lower streets of Corso sucked. The people there want to see someone making their lives better. They don't want to see or know that there's a god up in the moon that's living his life and having a great time. They want to see someone, a god or not, coming in and kicking the shit out of the people making their lives crap. If Mina went marching through as Mina and just started killing the slavers, that's great. People would love that.
Then let's put the moon
That's what I
back.
mean.
Leave the world as it is, but put the moon back so that those people in Corso will have more hope because they'll see the sun again.
If we could just do that, that would be great. But at what cost? What's the knock-on effect? Can we do just that? And he looks at the seed. In theory, we should be able to.
There's so much to think. What changes about the world? What culture shifts? What evolution reverts? How people go about their daily lives might be different.
That's why I
Everything.
say we have to remake it the same way as it is. We can't predict what will happen.
Then why are we remaking it at all?
because we have to do something. If we don't, I could be misinterpreting what
If we leave the seed
Nicholas
alone, who's to
says.
say comes behind us and uses it for destruction?
We can't destroy the seed. Whether we use it or don't use it, it is here forever.
Yeah.
And he looks to where Nomikos went and says, they said that countless people have done this before. Countless like us have done this before. Whatever we do, the seed will still be here. It'll still be somewhere. And someone, at some point, will find it.
She looks at them. What if someone did this and caused the fall of Elanehtar?
That is probably most likely.
You're muted.
And Terry says that, Corax. And there's a moment where the puzzle pieces click into place in a puzzle you didn't really know you were solving. And all at once, with Terry's suggestion, you understand the origin of the deeps.
You'd hear in this void Corax not laugh but chuckle to himself. Each deep is the attempt. Each deep is some other god who came down here and said, let's do it better. Let's do it different.
And she nods at Corax and looks at Mina. I think the intention is that we have to do something. Now that we're here, we either remake it in our own vision or we die. So I say we remake it the exact same.
Do we need to remake it, or do we just need to create another deep? Or can we just use it to improve the world we've already got? Who's to say that remaking the world as it is now is better? It's not changing anything.
No, she nods. It's not better. It's going to be the same.
But we make it better when we get out of here. We go to places that need help. We find those who are finding their divinity, and we help them to be the best gods they can be, in that they go out and help the world. Not hide. Not use their divinity to gain power and take over places. Let's make a difference there, not in a recreation. If we have to do something, then, and if we had to make a change, if the laws of us touching this thing mean we have to make a change, I mean, I like the one that Mina said, put the moon back. Someone screwed up and brought that down. But
your dad would be happy about that, Ed Terry's.
I wouldn't want to do more than that.
I don't know what he would be happy about. I don't know what would happen.
That's the mystery. Our lives will be irrevocably changed no matter what we do. So why not at least do something good with it? The thing is, if we put the moon back in, Terry's, what happens to you? Will your mother have interacted with him or not?
Well, we're not undoing the moon. We're just putting it back. We're not undoing it falling. We are returning it.
Put it on the timeline where it just moves back. Or never moved at all. I guess we would make it move,
But
wouldn't
that
we?
would change everything. That would change
Thing-
you as well. And
The
that's
thing is, though, the deeps are each attempt. It's not going back. It's adding on top. So I don't think we would undo it. But we could affect it. And if that effect destroys something else because a chunk of the moon didn't move, or that would be on us.
that's
I will
why.
bear with. I think we should bear with any consequences. I will follow your wall's lead.
My vote is for the same.
Seydlitz is going to put a hand out, not like on the seed, but offset for like a group kind of, hand together. If we're going to do it, we should do it together.
Everyone puts their pointer fingers together, and then when we're ready, we'll all touch it together.
I would like each of you to look away from your Twitch display and type into the Roll20 chat /W space GM space your character's heart's true desire. And then hit enter.
Sorry, /GM.
Here, I put it in the chat for us. /W space GM space the answer to the question, what is your character's heart's desire?
Is it in relation to remake the world or not
Just
remake the world?
it's your heart's desire, Chris. What is the one true desire, the most pure desire that Korax has in his heart?
It's that shirtless Mina statue in Samora.
Same. Whew.
How could you read
Right
what I
answer. Oh fuck.
Uh,
As the characters are all sitting here prepping, Korax takes the Book of Fate that he's had in his hand, and he places it on the floor where the fire was. And he would move towards where everyone else is going.
Okay. G?
Yeah.
I know I put you guys on the spot with a very fucked up, complicated question, but
It's a big question. That's the problem.
it is a big question.
I just realized my several spelling mistakes. Oh boy.
That's all right. You're fine.
Come on. Good lord.
Is it not? Is it not working?
G wrote a book.
No, like it says,
She wrote a book and it didn't send.
I'm gonna put unMadeGaming because it
Just-
won't. It's not
just-
letting me select someone.
Just send it in
Like-
Discord, dude.
Okay. I won't do it that way.
I was
I'm
trying.
like,
I was
it's
trying
like-
to put it. I was trying to put it in Roll20 so that like chat can see it still, because they can see what my
Melissa's-
screen sees.
Melissa's response of that dang hand logo on the right instead of the left.
Listen, Melissa, the next season I'll change it. Okay.
Okay.
You heard it here first. There's another season.
Wait, on the right instead of the left. It's on the left for me.
She wants
is
it to
on the
move to the
left.
right.
But where it is, it covers text. So if it's on the right, it wouldn't cover the text as much.
So then you can copy and paste what I wrote you, and then put it in the Roll20 tab.
I guess that's that's her wish.
Do you
Her
all?
wish to change the stream.
Do you all touch the seed?
Yeah, I think we all look at each other, and when we're all ready and we've all sent our messages,
I
we
agreed to touch it when they do.
yep, point our fingers together and
The annihilation seed pulses in the dark. A rhythm that has no beginning, no end. When each of you reach for it, the void around you folds inward, like a lung drawing its first breath. There's no floor beneath your feet, no walls around you, no sky above. Only the seed, spinning in impossible silence. You watch as it splits, a crack of light and shadow bloom outward, wrapping around each of you strands of your heart's truth. Corax, you watch as scrolls, tablets, tomes, bursting from vaults and private hoards, their words unraveling into the wind and carried across every tongue. Knowledge becomes a river, unstoppable and free, no longer bound in chains of wealth or secrecy. For just a moment, you hear laughter. Those who hoarded the words gnash their teeth, powerless to stop the flood. Mina, you feel a warmth on your cheek, as though a hand you thought forever gone has returned to wipe away tears. In the ripple of creation, Wexy stands beside you. Not as ghost, not as shadow or memory, living, breathing. Her voice joins the chorus of the remade world. And you know you will never again walk alone. Seydlitz, you feel the pull of your blood, your oath, your promise. Threads of light swirl around you, lashing out and tethering you to Corax, Mina, and Terry's, and all those waiting beyond. You watch as the threads of fate are stitched together to return a man lost in existence to his family. No matter how the world turns, no matter what changes, you will never be severed from your companions and your family, all of which who now fall under that umbrella. Your father's memory fades and becomes real, and your mother's grief ebbs as if it was never there to begin with. You have kept your word. And Terry's, the weight of your choices fall away, not in absolution, but clarity. And you walk the roads of your old life, each step new, each hand you extend, now carrying the powers to lift others from despair. Redemption is no longer a destination, but a journey you will walk without end, helping others find the light, even as you may seek your own. The seed spins faster until there is nothing but brilliance, white and black and everything, every color woven together in a single flash. And then all at once, the world is. The same rivers, the same cities, the same faces, the same stars above. Nothing has changed, and yet everything has changed. The four of you stand at the threshold of a familiar world, knowing that your hidden desires have been planted in its foundation, like roots too deep to tear free. In the silence after the seed is gone, the fifth deep is gone. Only the world remains, alive, whole, and subtly reshaped by your will. Somewhere in the world, an elderly man atop a strangely transforming cart looks to the stars above and smiles. A man in an impossibly ever-changing, imaginative castle looks down at the world below him, cracks a wry smile, and a tear rolls down his cheek. He looks across to a sister he had missed for decades, and they embrace. A young girl, now well into her teens, walks out of a castle. Flowers spring up around her as she moves, without fear. And she wends her way through the streets of a city, touching windowsills, sprouting flowers, speaking to trees, making them bloom and blossom. And we see a hearth in a simple house around a simple table where family sits. An aged mother, an aged father, a sister, a jovial, well-meaning husband, and 2 precocious children. As the door opens, and we see our godlings for the last time. That is where the rise ends. That was 56 episodes, several years in the making of our campaign, Gods of the Fall by Monty Cook Games, The Rise. What started as a handful of people in a tavern, confused and bewildered by a strange pregnant woman, has now transformed into 4 fledgling gods, well, fully fledged gods, who have remade the world in their image and who have become family along the way. That was a goddamn time. Let's go around, do our final introductions for The Rise, and then we can get on to our after show. We'll save G for last as she finishes wiping her tears away. We'll start with Chris. Chris, who are you? Where can we find you, and what are you up to?
I am Chris, aka Ekro, and I have had an absolute ball playing Korax for the last near enough 5 years. You can find me in the Patreon one-shots, and that is it.
Hell yeah.
Just there.
Just there for now. Who knows? Norm, you're next. Who are you? Where can we find you? And what, my friend, are you up to?
I'm Normal Snow. I have had a blast playing Mina and playing with all these wonderful people here. And you can find me in the one-shots if I ever have time again.
If the wifey ever lets you out from the book cave.
Yeah.
Matt, same questions. Who are you? What are you up to? And where can we find you, my friend?
I'm Matt, or D. You can find me here in the Patreon campaign, in the one-shots, or in Mike's Discord. And I have to say, it's been a heck of a ride. I went from barely knowing how to do any of all this to 5 years. It is just like all the growth along the way, all the mistakes, all the learning. It's been quite a great experience.
Hell yeah, man. I think Norm said in the Discord the other day that this is his longest campaign ever. So that's pretty cool.
Longest one that come to a conclusion.
Right. Last but not least, if you're ready, G, who are you? Where can we find you? And what are you up to?
You all know who I am. That's yeah. You all know who I am. I in the friendly neighborhood lightning invoker, of course. You'll see me next weekend for the Patreon one-shots on Saturday, and the Patreon campaign Mundus Novus on Sunday, and on Thursday for Atari Midnight Wasted Years.
Hell yeah.
And the Discord all the time, and maybe something else down the pipe a little later.
Hell yeah. That's it from us, friends. I hope you enjoyed this nearly 5-year journey. I hope you enjoyed the growth of these characters, the completion of missions, the personal achievements, and the world that they remade into their own liking. As always, if you like what we do here and you want to support the channel, the best way to do that is just like these fine folks by joining us over on our Patreon. Link in the description down below. While you're down there, make sure you click on that Discord link. Come chat about this show and all the other shows with the community. But that's it for us. We'll see you guys next time. So from all of us to you, bye.
Bye.
Bye.